Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Bianca Janel. I make videos on lifestyle. I do skincare videos, I do hauls, vlogs, but today we are doing a makeup look. On this look right here, it is this rose gold tone makeup look. I think it is perfect for any occasion or holiday, maybe even for today. It is Thanksgiving. I wanted to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. So let's just get into the look. I know you guys are all ready to go eat turkey, have fun with your family, so let's just get into the video. So like I said earlier, we are doing a look for Thanksgiving, but I don't want to do like the typical fall vibey kind of look. I already did that in my last tutorial. I'll link it above. It's a fall date night look where I incorporate like yellow and orange and gold in there. So it's a very fall appropriate look and it's perfect for Thanksgiving. I just want to do something a little bit different today. I got really inspired by my ColourPop palettes, the All That one and the Truly Madly Deeply one. So there's just a lot of rich like rose tone shades in here and they're just calling to me, so I just want to have fun with it. I don't know exactly the look that I'm going for. I never really do when it comes to makeup. I'm one that likes to just start kind of like putting it on and then I start to see what matches with it, but I do know that I want to gear it towards like more of like a rosy gold tone. That's something I haven't done on my channel yet. And I just want to make it very girly and feminine. I always feel like Thanksgiving, like you're at dinner with your family. So I just like wanted just to be like a romantic, sweet look. So that's the goal that I'm going for today at least. So again, to prep our skin, I'm taking the Ole Henriksen Banana Brightening Eye Cream. This one is my favorite. It really brings a light to the face. Oh, and I should say happy Thanksgiving if you and your family celebrate Thanksgiving. I am uploading it today. Today my parents are hosting it, so we will be going over there for dinner tonight and probably just obviously having dinner and probably a lot of games. That's usually what my family does. In the comments down below, I want to know if you did anything for Thanksgiving, and if so, what did you do? Okay, and for our face, I'm going to take the Ole Henriksen Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer. I've never used this under makeup, so I'm actually just kind of curious, so that's why I'm using it. Usually I use this as my moisturizer before I go work out, so I don't wear makeup when I work out, but I do like to moisturize my skin, and that's usually what I use, and it's really lightweight. I really like it. So I just want to see how it lays under makeup, so this is more like a test run for that. In the comments down below, I'll update you guys on what I think about it after wearing it for a bit. And then for lips, I'm going to use the Glow Recipe Lip Pop. This is one of my favorite lip treatments. It's really cool because it's like this balm right here, but it has these like little micro beads that help exfoliate your lips, and you don't have to rinse it off or anything. It pretty much disintegrates, but when you're putting it on, you can feel the little beads, so that's just kind of helping exfoliate your lips. So it's actually a really good lip product, especially if you wear a lot of like with lipsticks or anything kind of drying. And then to top it, I'm using a Summer Fridays lip balm. You guys know that that's a holy grail of mine. I love that one. And yes, look at him. For eyebrows, I am using the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. Okay, so I think we're going to start with eyes today. I'm gonna actually probably tapping into the mixed metals and the glitters in these palettes, so there might be a little fallout, so I think it's smart that we start with our face first. Today I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and that's what I'm going to use to prime my eyelids. I always like having a base on my eyelids because I feel like shadows just blend a lot easier. So that's usually why I like to prime my eyes. If you're looking for a good eyeshadow primer, my favorite one of all time is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. That's usually the one I gravitate towards the most, but I've been enjoying using just concealer and pressed powder. That's been working fine for me, and I'm actually oily, but usually the eyeshadow stays on all day, so I don't have to worry about it. And then to set it, I'm going to be taking my Airspun Loose Face Powder. Ooh, careful. And that's just what I'm going to use to set the concealer. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Truly Madly Deeply palette. I'm going to grab this color right here, Golden Gate Bridge. It's just this really fair toned. And I'm going to start buffing this into my crease. It barely shows up, but it's just going to kind of like set where I want my crease line to be. And it's going to help the other eyeshadows blend into it as well. Okay, now to deepen up that crease, I'm going to take Made to Last. It's really like a really faint mauve. It's definitely got more brown tones in there, but I feel like this is going to start to mix really well with the rose gold. So I'm going to take that first, Made to Last, and I'm going to start buffing that into the crease. When I start applying it, actually it looks like a little bit more mauve than it actually does on the pan, but I actually like that. So you can see I'm keeping it right above the crease right now. I'm not going to drag it lower right now. Then next I'm going to take this color Pretty Cruel, and I'm going to start buffing this into the crease line. So I'm going to start to drag it down a little bit lower. I like it because it's like this really pretty purple mauve tone. So this is going to start deepening it up a bit. And again, I'm focusing this more lower than the actual crease. This is what's going to start to give it some dimension. Now I'm going to take the color Misty. This is definitely more pink rose toned. I think this is so pretty. And I'm going to pack this on my lid. It's really pretty. I'm going to be applying glitter on top of this, but I think this is a really pretty base. And it really like matches with that purple mauve. And I think it's going to just bring all the colors together really, really beautifully. Now to give it just some more dimension, I'm going to take the color Jackpot. This is definitely more purple toned. And I'm going to focus this more on the outer corner. And together these colors are just so stunning. I really like how they look together. Now to blend everything in together again, I'm going to take that color Pretty Cruel. And I'm going to start to kind of just buff that all in together with my crease. I just don't want any harsh lines. And again, be really gentle. Just make sure everything mixes really beautifully together, blends together. We don't want any of the color to like fall out or fade. But I think that's really pretty so far. I think that's really attractive. Now I'm going to take the All That palette, and I'm going to take the color Please Me. It's this deep maroon purple shade. And I'm going to focus this just on the very corner, outer corner, to blend, and then blend up into the crease. That way it deepens up the look. It's very pigmented, so you don't need that much. So again, just do it with a light hand. Okay, so I really like how that's turning out. I want to start playing with the glitters. I'm super excited about that. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to use. I'm going in between two right now. Okay, so I actually think I'm gonna save the glitter for my bottom lash line, but I am gonna apply a shimmer to the top. You can see I'm playing with colors. That's usually how I get inspired, is I start to use my hand as a palette and I start to mix together some colors that I think that I would really like. So I'm going to take an oldie but a goodie, and I'm taking, what are these called? I forgot. Oh, they're the pigments. They're the MAC pigments. This one is in the color Rose, which I think is perfect for this look. And I'm going to apply that to my upper lid. This does have some fallout in it. Usually I wet it. Maybe that's what I should do. Okay, so what I do is I wet my brush with either like water, or you can use Fix Plus. You can even use eye drops as well. And I just wet my brush, and then I dip it into the pigment and then I apply it to my lid, and that is stunning. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love the Pigments by MAC. I used to be obsessed with it in high school. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I'm glad I went this route. You can just see it adds this like really pretty sheen. It's just so stunning. Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. Okay, I love how this part turned out. I'm very happy with that. So now I'm just gonna go back in and deepen it up just a little bit more. It's a little bright for me. So again, I'm gonna go back in with the All That palette and take the color Please Me. And again, just focus this on the outer corner. Be careful with the pigment when it dries, that way you're not like brushing it off. So just with a gentle hand, just start buffing it in to the crease. It's definitely a really sweet look. Again, this is actually just a perfect look in general, just for the holidays. Again, normally, and like I said, with fall, everyone does, you know, the orange, copper, gold thing, but I think it's fun to switch it up a little bit. I think this would even be a really nice like New Year's look as well. Okay, I think that looks really good. Like I said, I'm going to apply the glitter to the bottom lash line. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. I really like how it turned out. Now let's go ahead and apply. Actually, I'm going to take another wipe and I'm just going to clean out any fallout. I had a little bit from the pigment, but that's why I use water, or again like Fix Plus or eye drops before dipping it into the pigment, because that way there's less fallout. If you just grab the pigment itself and put it on, you'll experience a lot of fallout. So usually the trick is to either like apply, you can even like apply a glitter glue to your eye. It just really kind of depends on the look that you're going for. Once you wet it, it kind of gives it this like metallic sheen to it. And that's why I really like this, because you can definitely tell that it's like rose gold. There's definitely a lot of pink and gold tone in this look. And I actually like how the purple is complementing it. So I'm going to just leave it like this. Like I said, I'm going to grab my eyeliner. I use the NYX One Professional Makeup Eyeliner in bronze. And I'm just going to trace the upper lash line. I'm going to go back later and use black liner just for the upper lash lines. So this is just more of a base just to kind of like prep my eyelashes for false lashes. So I'm going to curl them and then use the Lash Princess by Essence. Okay, as our eyelashes are drying, let's start to prep our face for foundation. So I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to try out the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline. And I'm just going to focus this in my T-zone. And then for the outer part of my face, I'm going to take the Ole Hendrickson Banana Bright Face Primer. This kind of just gives you like that healthy glow, but that's why I like to only focus it on the outer parts of my face, because the inner parts of my face are oily, so I don't want to combine everything together. And then for lashes today, we are going to use Ardell Remy lashes. It's in the number 782, and then I'm just going to use my Duo Glow. So let me pop these on and I'll come right back. Okay, lashes are on. I really like these lashes. I bought these lashes for a previous video. I bought them for my headshot video. I'll link that above. But I felt like they were a little too dramatic for that look. But I love them for this look. They're so fluffy and wispy. I really like them. I actually probably will wear these on Thanksgiving. These are super pretty. So now we are going to let eyelashes set, and we're going to move on to face. Okay, so for face today, we're going to use the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. And it has an SPF of 40. I really like this one. It's a really pretty foundation. It's very lightweight. And then for concealer, again, we're going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. Everything's blended. Now let's go ahead and contour our face. I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I just grabbed shades that are darker than me. This is in the color Toffee. Okay, brought more back into my face. So now let's go ahead and set everything. I think today I'm going to use the Airspun powder to go ahead and set my face where I concealed. I'm not going to bake with it because I don't think I need to. I'm just going to set everything. So just really press the product into your skin. And then to bronze our face, I'm taking my Tarte Amazonian Play Face Contour Palette. And I'm going to grab the color Terracotta. And I'm just going to buff this into everywhere that I contoured. I'm going to like bringing bronzer down my neck and onto my chest as well. Okay, so now that we've warmed back up our face, it's time for some blush. Because we're doing a rose gold tone look, I think I'm actually going to use this Honest Beauty Peony Pink Cream Cheek Blush. I've put this over powder before. I actually like the way it looks. But I'm going to start this off by just using this first, and then I'm going to top it off with a different blush. So I just like that. It kind of just gives you like this really light flush. And then to top it, I'm taking my Tarte Pinup Girl palette. And I'm taking this pink shade right here. You can see this palette gets a lot of love. This is in the shade, it does not say, or maybe it wore off. But I'll look for this palette. I think this palette was in last year's holiday collection, but they usually sell these blushes separate. So I'll link the one that I'm using down below in the comments, along with everything else that I'm using. So you can see it just gives this really pretty like pink blush tone. It's super pretty. It's one of my favorite like pinky blushes. It definitely gives that rosy cheek like type of look. It's really pretty. I'm actually gonna go back into the Tarte Clay Play palette right here, and I'm going to contour my nose a bit and then right under my lip. This makes your lips appear a little bit larger, especially when you get right into the hollow right there. I don't do a heavy contour on my nose, just a slight one. That's usually why I like to use a little bit of cream and shadow, because I kind of feel like that just does all the work for you. Next, let's finish eyebrows. So I'm just going to touch them up with the pencil, and then I'm going to go in with the NYX Brow Mascara and just finish off the eyebrows. Now I'm going to take my NYX Epic Liner and just go over my lash line on top. The Duo Glue dries clear, but I just want to erase that line right there. So I just take a liner and I just trace it. Now for highlight today, I'm going to stick with the gold tones because we're working with rose gold. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Hello Halo palette, and this is in the color, or it's in the palette called I Met Someone, and it's this really pretty gold right here. I'm just going down the bridge of my nose. And hit the Cupid's bow a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish our under eyes. I'm going to go back in to the Truly Madly Deeply palette and grab that first shade that we put in the crease, Made to Last. And I'm just going to start buffing this underneath. Now I'm going to grab the shade Pretty Cruel and start buffing that in as well. You can see that I'm dragging it pretty low. I just really like that shade, and I want to make sure that it doesn't fade once I start. As you see, I'm dragging the shade pretty low. I just really like the shade. I think it's very pretty, and I don't want to lose it once I start bringing in the deeper or the darker shades. So I'm dragging it pretty low, but drag it down as far as you would like. Next, I'm gonna grab, and that's not the color I use. I'm gonna go back to the all that palette and grab the shade what's it called? Please Me. And this is just gonna go on the outer corner up into mid-eye. This is gonna give it that more sultry look, because if you go deeper in, it's gonna kind of get a little bit more edgy, which is fine if you want to do that, but I still want it to like remain really pretty and feminine, so I'm just gonna keep it on the outer corner and bring it like halfway. I ended up bringing it a little too low on this eye, so I have to make them match. I didn't want to go that low with the dark shade, but we're just gonna have to make it work at this point. I went a little too heavy-handed, but that just means you really have to stay here and like really puff it out so there's not a harsh line. So it's just gonna take a little bit more. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to that rose gold pigment. I just think it's so pretty. I think that's what really makes the look. I'm gonna dip it in a bit of water, and I'm gonna focus this on the inner corner right here. I'm actually gonna really drag it up into like the tear duct right here. I just love this. I think it's so pretty. Again, be careful because it is a pigment, so there's some fallout to it, so just really make sure that it's adhered to either like water or Fix Plus or something, because you don't want fallout after you've done your face makeup. So you know what, I'm actually going to bring it into the inner corner as well. I'm going to make that part of my highlight. So I'm going to drag, like I said, just drag it into the inner corner right here. It's really pretty. I really like the way that that's popping on the inner corner. Now we are going to play with the glitter. And I'm going to take the color Uncensored right here and get really close to the bottom lash line and kind of just like stamp it on. This is just going to act like just as like a layering piece. Be careful again with your eyes. The glitter in this is pretty big and chunky, so that's kind of just why I like it as a topper, and I'm just like really pressing it in. It actually really kind of adheres to the pigment because it's wet, so that helps as well. But just be careful not to get it in your eye. Okay, I love how my eyes turned out. I'm going to stop because I really like them at this point. So I'm going to go in with my bottom lash mascara. I use the Lash Princess one and waterproof. Okay, eyes are almost done. We're going to add liner, but I'm going to let the mascara dry. So let's move on to lips. You guys know that's one of my favorite parts. So today we are going to use a Clinique lip liner in the color 07. It's called Intense Blush. It's a really natural lip liner. It's very close to the lip color I actually have. That's probably why I really like it. Okay, lip liner is done. Next, we are going to grab the Clinique Chubby Stick in Intense. I just like this shade. I think it's really pretty. Again, really close to my natural look. But it has like a tint of nude and pink. So I think it makes for a great base. And then I'm going to top it with my Chanel lip gloss in Rouge Cocoa 119. This one is so pretty. It is a little bit pricey for a lip gloss, but it's like my everyday lip gloss. I wear it all the time. I think it's a very pretty color, and I think it really complements this rose gold look. Only one more step and then we're done. So now we're just going to tightline the bottom lash. And I'm just going to take my NYX bronze liner and do that. I mentioned it before, I don't really like using black eyeliners. This look I probably could have, but again, I still wanted to remain a little bit soft, so I go for a brown shade usually. And that just kind of gives it a little bit more intensity, and we're done. Okay guys, and this is the final look right here. I love the way that it came out. I'm glad that I did something a little bit different and I went for the rose tone golds. They're so pretty. That MAC pigment made such a difference in this look. I think that's what really made this look come alive. I think it's gorgeous, not just for Thanksgiving, but for any holiday parties coming up. Even like, I think it's going to make a great New Year's look. It just really pops and stands out, yet it's still very feminine and pretty. Again, I love the way that it came out. I know that I'm the one that did it, but I still love that. I still love the way that it came out. In the comments down below, tell me what makeup look you guys want to see. We are obviously wrapping up with Thanksgiving, so that means that we're headed into Christmas. So again, I'm going to start coming out with a lot of holiday looks, that involve a lot more glitter than this. So I'm super excited. I already have some ideas planned out. So if you guys like these videos, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!